Away from watching the Grand Prix take over downtown Detroit, and joining us this morning to share details on what guests can expect is Roman to Angelis. Thanks for coming in, Roman. Really appreciate it. So you're on the IMSA circuit. So give us an idea what the IMSA circuit is.
So IMSA is sports car racing, endurance racing. We do 24-hour, 12-hour, 10-hour races. Luckily this weekend it's 100 minutes. I think any longer on these streets would be tough. But yeah, different kinds of cars, different classes of cars. I drive an Aston Martin. There's Porsches. All different manufacturers, so it's a big variety of cars.
Yeah, now you mentioned there's different races, the sprint, the longer endurance races. Do you have a preference?
They're both different. The sprint races, you can be a bit more aggressive, take more risks, so sometimes that's fun. But the endurance races also have a different challenge. Obviously, diet and staying hydrated and stuff like that is very difficult. I'm pretty tall, so I get really sore in the car, but yeah, they both have their pros and cons.
So you actually pack snacks for the longer distance races?
I do have a pocket and
very nice,
bars, yeah.
Just like the old road trips with the family. Now you mentioned you're driving Aston Martin. It's an Aston Martin Valkyrie hypercar. What the heck's a hypercar?
Yeah, I guess hypercar is it explains itself. It's a crazy purpose-built race car. It's a prototype, all carbon fiber. It's a naturally aspirated V12, so it sounds great. Hopefully you guys can all hear it this weekend. But yeah, it's a high downforce, purpose-built race car, so built for the job.
Yeah, sounds like it moves. Now, this is actually the first time you're going to have the rubber hit the road on this street course here in Detroit. That's got to be exciting for you.
It is exciting. As we talked about, I'm from Windsor, so grew up right across the water from here. So definitely a home race for me. Awesome to have family and friends and be in a city that I grew up going to almost weekly. So. Now,
when you race a course you haven't before, kind of in the lead up, what is your preparation for that?
Yeah, so the team that I race for has a simulator. They have a training facility for us, so a lot of time spent on the simulator, running the course, making adjustments to the car with engineers to try to show up as prepared as we can. Obviously, there's limited track time this weekend because it's a street race, only 2 practice sessions, so have to try to do as much preparation as we can physically for myself and also for the engineers. So.
Now, every course is unique. Do you see any challenges? If you've been in the simulator, do you see any challenges to this course in particular?
Definitely one of the tighter, more technical, bumpy courses that I've been to. So I obviously haven't been here, so that's also something that really helps with the simulator, just getting your eyes in for the circuit and where the corners are and stuff like that. So definitely a tricky track, but makes it exciting for the fans. So.
Yeah, bumpy. Detroit roads are bumpy, so get used to that for sure. You mentioned you grew up in Windsor, right across the river. I assume a lot of family and friends are going to have your eyes on you this weekend, in particular in the stands. Is that any kind of pressure you feel in that? Or have you been racing so long it doesn't really faze you?
Yeah, actually, I think it's the opposite. It's comforting, and it's nice to have family and friends here. I don't get to see my family and friends a lot anymore. Obviously, I don't live here, so definitely very fortunate to have family and friends that are willing to come out and support. So looking forward to seeing all of them.
Yeah, now people might be saying, I said he was in racing for a long time, and you're thinking, what, this guy's like in his early 20s. You started racing like when you were 9. Now, were you influenced by like a family member, or was this just something you knew you wanted to do?
Yeah, my dad was a big racing fan, specifically sports car racing, so what I'm doing now. So I guess I was sort of born into it. My middle name's named after a racing driver, so I guess I had it in my genes, but definitely fortunate to be in this position doing this as my job. So.
Yeah, now our meteorologist, Troy, he always brags about how he had a go-kart when he was a kid and used to rip around on his farm in Georgia. You were actually a karting championship, so do you think you could still fit in that cart and take him in a race?
I could squeeze in there. The cars that we race in now are pretty small too, so I'm pretty good at getting compact.
Yeah, getting in there, right? Yeah. So if there's anything like for an aspiring driver, somebody's watching this, they're like, hey, I'd love to be a race car driver. I mean, many kids do. It's obviously hard to do. What are some like first steps that you take?
Go-karting. I mean, that's where most guys start now. Everyone starts very young, like all sports. You don't want to start when you're 20, when there's somebody that's karting when they're 5. So go to a local go-kart track and try to get involved. Everyone's very friendly in this motorsports environment, so you can definitely get some help.
Yeah, I know that sounds so funny, start go-karting, but that's exactly what you have to do. I mean, obviously you can't drive a real car when you're 9, so you got to work your way up. You know, if somebody's coming out to watch the race, you know, what is something a veteran fan would bring that maybe a new person would want to bring to the track?
I'm ginger, so sunscreen. That's number 1 for me. Definitely some water. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be a great event. There's so many things surrounding the weekend. Even if you're not a motorsports fan, it's enjoyable. I know the grandstand tickets for Sunday are sold out, which is great, but you can still get grounds tickets. Saturday, I think, is still available, and it's DetroitGP.com to get tickets. So hopefully we see everyone there.
Yeah, and your race is at 3:30?
It is at 3:30, yes.
That's when it gets going?
Yeah.
All right, Roman, thanks all for dropping by this morning. Really appreciate it. Best of luck on Saturday.
Thank you.